Fantastic, fantastic. Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are having a great day. Today is Tuesday, and today is the 30 day of 30. This is the day 30 of the 30 days video series. It's been an amazing journey so far. Like, I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to everyone that have been an inspiration, that have been encouraging me to go on. I'm grateful to a lot of people. A post going to be coming on that. Like, it's really amazing. It's sincerely speaking, it's something. This is my first time doing this. Something I've done like this before is a writing challenge, and I remember it was actually this period last year when I participated in innovative teachers challenge. Yes, I have to write for consistently for 30 days, and this is month of August. August is ending today, and my 30 days video series is finally coming to an end today. It has been an amazing journey so far. I hope you have gained massive value. And today I'm going to be showing you one secret, the secret of all millionaires, all billionaires, all thousandaires, anything you want to call it. Let me just say this: the secret of all successful people. Yes, it's the secret of all successful people. So far I've talked about a lot of things about how you can build a social media presence online, how you can invest in yourself, how you can make more money as a teacher. You can create digital products, create intellectual property. Talk about what it means to be a tech savvy educator. Talked about qualities of growth minded educator. And today I'm going to be showing you a secret. And that secret is now actually a secret, but it's something that most people we don't is something that we don't do yet. Most of us don't do. Most of us don't invest in our time and money into it. And I'm here to charge you and tell you that this one sure way for you to actually blow yourself up, to grow up. I mean, to make influence, to make impact. Because trust me, you can't give what you don't have. So for you to be able to give, you have to have. And I want to show you one way, the cheapest way to have, cheapest way to gain knowledge, first way to learn. This is a particular thing that all successful people should do. There is something, I don't care whether it's successful people in educational aspects, successful people in business, even babalawo. Those are successful in traditional medicine. Trust me, they do these things. Arabic, Islamic leaders, they do this. And what is it? It's called book. It's reading of book, reading of materials, reading of book. Traditional healers, traditional medicine, those that are best in the industry, always have things they read. Is the book reading book is the cheapest way ever that you can use to what to invest in your personal development, to learn better, to become the best version of yourself, to learn from the greatest author alive. I have read a lot of books. I've read books on Brian Tracy. I've read books from Napoleon Hill. I've read a lot of books from all these amazing guys. People I've not seen. I've read books from Dale Carnegie, and I've learned about USA. I've been to many places in book that I've not get there with learned. Do you know? This actually one thing I always recommend to people, because everything started with this. I don't know. You can't read book. You can't pay for courses yet. You can't even if you don't have fund to attend something, to attend courses, you can't afford to buy data. It doesn't stop you from reading books. You can go pdfdrive.com, download books there, and start reading on your phone using maybe WPS or any PDF reader on your phone. It's actually a great way to invest your time in yourself, to invest time and effort in yourself. It's something that I can confidently tell you that is actually something, is where my own influence begins. I started reading book in 2018, and the first book I read is Gold by Brian Tracy. It was recommended to me by a personal coach. Yeah, Coach Barakata Bisola. That's the first book. And after reading that book, I've gone to read more than 50 books after then. I mean, that particular year, that's 2018. I think I read that book around May. I go on to read up to like 4 other books that year. Like that year, I read Goals by Brian Tracy. I read Eat That Frog by the same Brian Tracy. I read Think and Grow Rich. First time reading Think and Grow Rich is 2018. I read Think and Grow Rich for the first time in 2018. I read The Law of Success. I think it also was in 2018 or 2019. Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. That book, it contained more than 1,000 pages. I think I read that maybe towards the end of 2019 or no, towards the end of 2018 or towards the end or early 2019. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I also read this particular book, Read That Poor Dad. Yeah, so these are the books, the fantastic book. From since then, I've gone to read more than 50 books, and I've seen the impact. Like most of the time when I talk to somebody, you feel like, wow, who is this guy speaking? It's not actually because of maybe what I have. I don't have super brain, but because of the information that I've been able to access. There's a saying that says you are the difference between where you are and where you want to be is the information you don't have or the action you're not taking. So at least even before you can take action, you must have information, and that's what books are meant for you. And as a parting gift for you, from me, I'm going to be showing you 10 fantastic books. I'm actually more oriented to teachers and more should I which English is that? I'm more I talk more about teachers. So most of the book I'm going to show you today work for everybody. Yeah. But I'm actually doing this because you're a teacher. I'm going to be explaining what these books meant, what you're going to gain from it when you use them, and how it can actually help you as a teacher. Let's get started. There are 10 books. There are hard copies. I'm going to be showing you. So you can go, even if you can't buy the hard copy books. I don't want to start with hard copy books. I started reading hard copy 2019. And the first hard copy books I bought is this. This. The Richest Man in Babylon. Can you see that? Richest Man in Babylon. That's the first book I used my own money to buy. That was around December 2019. That's the first hard copy book I used my money to buy. Since then, I've gone to buy more than up to 50 other hard copies. Yes, especially 2020, I started buying more hard copy books, maybe some kind of 10. But this particular 2021, I've gone to buy more than 20, even 30 hard copy books. So I'm going to be showing you. So let me start with this. This is what The Richest Man in Babylon. So this is a book that actually shows you how to manage your finances. It's a book that tell you that 1/10 of everything you earn is yours to keep. So it tell you that you should pay yourself first. The books tell you that if you are earning 100 naira per month, at least 10 naira should be going into savings. You should be seeing at least 1/10 of your earnings. The book open our eyes to the fact that you see the 100 naira you are collecting as a salary is not your own, because from there you're going to eat. That's the food seller money. Is not your money again. But the one you keep yourself, you keep to your own self. That is your own to keep. So 1/10 of all the money you earn is yours to keep. The book, the soft copy should be around 165. 165. This one is 158 pages. So please go and get the soft copy. You can go to PDF Drive, pdfdrive.com, and go and search for all these books. You see most of them there, pdfdrive.com. So this is the first one, The Richest Man in Babylon. Go and get the book. Read it. As a teacher, you need this. You need this. I'm telling you that you need this. Go and get the book. This is what The Richest Man in Babylon. So the next one is what is this? Emotional intelligence. I read this book last year. Yeah, Emotional Intelligence is a book that every teacher must read this book, because it actually delves into what emotional intelligence is. It delves into how it affects teachers, how it affects students, how it affects children. How can you recognize emotion in children? How can you use that to teach them well? How can you recognize, be self-aware, self-regulate your emotions? It talks about a lot of things. It talks about how emotional intelligence affects learning. So please, if you haven't read this book before, this small book, I think I bought this last year, but the last time I saw the book, it was a very big one. They have a very big version. They had copy. But I also get the what? Soft copy also. You can also get the soft copy. If you have not read this book, if you're a teacher and you have not read this book, please go and read it. That's Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goldman. Go and read it. It's a book that I recommend for all teachers, and not all teachers alone, regardless of what your profession is. You need to be emotional intelligent. Yes, you can't survive without it in this particular century, this particular period. So go and get this book, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goldman. That's the second book. We still have 8 more. Come with me. So we have this, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So it's a book I recommend for everyone that desires to have a relationship with people. So if you ever desire that, if you have learned the lesson that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people, then you need this book. This book is going to show you how to sustain relationship, how to build relationship with people. Can you say the title? How to win friends and what influence people. So it's a book that is recommended by a whole lot of people. It's a book that you should do. I first read it 2018, and it's also one of the list of books I'm going to read before the end of this year. That's why I have to buy the hard copy, because then I read the soft copy. So please go and get the book. Again, you can get it in pdfdrive.com. You should be able to get it there. So that's the third book. Let's move on. I have 10 books here. So this is 3 already. I still have one here. Which one is the next? Then is another one. Another small but mighty book. The Secret of the Millionaire Mind. I actually always try to recommend this book to teachers because of our 40. Yes, I can say that with all my mouth, everything. Because of our 40 mindset, 40 mentality when it comes to areas of money. So we have, most of us are suffering, especially teachers, are suffering from poverty mentality, scarcity mentality. So you have to know that everything starts from your mind. Okay, everything will start from your mind, and that's why you should read this book, Secret of the Millionaire Mind. So it talks about some wealth files that poor people have and the one that rich people have. It actually show you that what separates rich people and poor people is what? From the mind. Is the mind. So the mind is what is something is in out. It's just like you trying to. So it shows you that the roots, yes, it was determine the fruits, not the fruits determine the roots. And that root is your mentality, is your mindset. Okay, so when you put a good root in a good soil, you're going to have good fruit. And that's when you put let's say hard work is the good roots, while your soil is your mindset. So when you have a good mindset and you have a good mindset, trust me, you're going to see the result. So everything starts from the mind, not outside. It starts from the inside. And that's why I always recommend this book, because it actually shows you where you are getting it wrong. It shows you a lot of places where you are getting it wrong as a teacher. Thank you so much, Miss Courage. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. So it actually show you where you are getting it wrong as a teacher, where you're getting it wrong when it comes to money, when it comes to wealth. So please get this book. You can also get it from pdfdrive.com. That's the fourth book. We're going to 10. Then that's the head of the table. Who moved my cheese? A book I always recommend. Like I remember I have a training yesterday in the holiday training for teachers and school owners where I teach them how to leverage on technology to boost their school growth. And I can't just help it. I have to recommend this book to them. It's a book I read last year also. Who Moved My Cheese? Who Moved My Cheese is a book that shows you and that prepare your mind for changes. And trust me, this period is a period where anything can happen, where disruption can happen anytime, anywhere, where you can be sacked from your job. You can get to work tomorrow and realize that you no longer have a job. That technology has now do something in your job, and because of that, you have been replaced, or something just happened, or COVID-19 just come. So this book prepare you for change. It shows you that what you should be loyal to is cheese, not cheese station. Cheese is your goal. Cheese station is where you are achieving the goal. So it shows you that when they move the cheese, you have to move with the cheese. And it actually share it, and that's the most amazing thing about the book is that it shows you all this using the story of the 4 characters: Sniff, Scurry, M, and O. So I want you to go and read this book and come and tell me which of the character are you? Are you an M? Are you an O? Are you a Sniff? Are you a Scurry? Are you a Sniff that smell change that can actually be aware of changes before it even happen? Are you Scurry that can actually go into take action immediately when you see that change has come? Are you an O that will only change when you see that change will lead to something better, or when you are almost dead? That's when you're going to change. But are you also an M who will never change even if you know you're going to die? So I want you to go and read this book to find out and come tell me which of it are you. This is a soft hard copy. You can get the soft copy also at pdfdrive.com. Thank you. Let's move on. This is a book. Teach to Influence. It's one of the best books I've read so far. And can you see the name? Kazeem Abolore. That's the innovative teacher. Yeah. Can you see the picture? See, he's my boss. He's the first book I bought from a Nigerian. First book I bought from a Nigerian, and that's this book, Teach to Influence. It's a book where Mr. Kazim shows you how to go. Let me read it here. It said how I went from a broke teacher to what, a teacher of influence, impact, and income. So it's a book that every teacher must read. I think the book should be going for 5,000 naira now. You can chat up Mr. Kazim Abolore on the details of how to get this book. It's a small but mighty book. It's a 91 pages book or so. 90 pages. But trust me, what you're going to get from the book is a lifetime knowledge, is lifetime value. Go and get this book. It's very, if you're a teacher coming up, you want to make influence, you want to make impact in the educational industry, and you also want to make income, but you don't know how to do it. Mr. Kazim is going to shows you everything here, shows you how he did everything here, how he did his own, how he go through his own journey. It shows you everything here. Go and get it. I'm not an affiliate for the book. Oh. Yes, I'm not getting any dime for doing this. But when you read book, just like the way I can recommend all these other books to you, I can tell you because I've read it and I've given value from that. I'm recommending this for you also. So if you have not got the book, chat up Mr. Kazim Abolore to go and get it. Okay? Yes. So let's move to another one. Is what? Think and Grow Rich. So Think and Grow Rich is a book that, like, I've listened to Jim Rohn, I've listened to Brian Tracy, I've listened to John Maxwell, I've listened to almost all these speakers, and then almost all of them have recommended this book. Jim Rohn will tell you that one of the first book that he read when his mentor is Schroff or something. This is one of the book he recommend for him. Even Mr. Norman, is it not Norman Vincent Peale or something, also recommend this book. Someone also recommend this book. Okay, Steve Harvey also recommend this book, Think and Grow Rich. So this is a book that you got to read. It's a book that shows you how you can think rich and also grow rich. So how it shows you that everything starts with your mind. It shows you the power of burning desire, power of faith. Okay, power of faith shows you power of persistent decision making, auto-suggestion. That's a very fantastic topic to talk about. Maybe I'm going to find time to come and say it, especially for you teachers, for you that can just come out and say anything to your students. You know the meaning of, when you read this book, you need to understand what it actually means to auto-suggest something, to program your mind. Okay, so please go and read this book. It contains 13 principles that you can follow to achieve any goals you want to achieve in your life. Go and read the book. It's not going to help you to achieve wealth. It's going to help you to achieve any goals you ever desired in your life. That's what Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You can also get this from PDF Drive. I mean, the first time I read the book, I read it as a soft copy, and then I got the hard copy and read it. I read the hard copy last year. Yes, I read the hard copy. Yes. No, I read the hard copy this year. Like this book I'm reading in my hand, I've read it 3 times. Yes, I read it last year, soft copy. I read the soft copy last year. I read it the first time in 2018. I read it in 2020, and I read it in 2021. I read the hard copy, this hard copy. Okay, so that's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Then that's it. You have always listened to, you have always heard the word growth minded educator. This is where it comes from. Yeah, I'll actually say it doesn't actually originate from this, because I've been practicing almost everything this lady Carol Dweck shared in this book. I've been practicing it. I've been working with it in my class. Even before I got to read it, before I read the book in late 2019, before I read the book. But when I read the book, it's just like a validation. Like, when you have been practicing something, just practicing it because of from my own personal thought process. And then when I see someone like an expert, a professional in writing, it actually validates everything I've been doing. And that's where the name growth minded educators come from. So this shows you the power of mindset. It shows you the 2 types of mindset and how it affects learning, how it affects all areas of our life. So if you are a teacher and you have not read this book, what are you waiting for? Go and get it. Go and search it on Google, Mindset. There's a new edition now. There's a new edition. You can get it. Go and get it. You can also get it on PDF Drive. But please, don't let this year pass. Okay, fantastic. I'm back. My network is giving some kind of problem. So this is the book, Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. So it actually tells you how your mindset affects everything you do. I've been sharing a lot for some days now about mindset. I got most of it from here. Okay, so please, if you have not read this book, if you're a school owner, This is one of the books you must compulsory for your teachers to read. If you're a school owner, the way I'm actually shouting it, I'm talking about it passionately here, telling you that for you to grow in your own teaching career, you need to read books. I want you to also make it, build that reading culture in your school where you have books that you're going to tell your teachers to read monthly. Yes, when you tell you they will have a book they will read monthly, and trust me, this should be one of the books. These two books, I will tell you, these two books, Who Moved My Cheese. If possible, tell them to read this. If possible, tell them, compulsion them, maybe remove it from their salary to get the hard copy. They cannot read the soft copy. Okay, get it, and if you can afford it, buy a copy for each of your students, each of your teachers, and even if possible, you can give this to your student. You can even put it out of your with your, what's it called, uh part of list of book. I mean, this Who Move My Cheese, because it doesn't only work for, I remember, okay, before I left Port Harcourt this May, there's a guy I'm teaching, I was teaching math, lesson math. I have to give him this book, Who Moved My Cheese. I have to buy a whole copy, new copy like this. I give it to him to go and read, and he actually come back and actually ask him what to learn, and he tell me what to learn. I give him as a gift. So you can also give it, if you're a parent, buy this, have a copy of this in your home, give it to all your children to read. Then I'm talking about mindset. So please go and read this book. It's a fantastic book for all educators to read. It's a fantastic book for all educators to read. If you have not read it, don't wait for anything. If possible, tomorrow is a beginning of a new month. Set goals, set reading goals for yourself, and start with any of the books I've recommended here. If you are a teacher and if you have a list of books for yourself already, go on with it. When you have the time, make sure you read this book, if possible, before the end of this year. I have two more books to go. Two fantastic books. This is a book. See, this particular book, before I read this book, something amazing happened. This book is called Atomic Habits. And what happened is that I've never recommended a book to anyone before I read it. But this is the first book I recommend to people before I even read it. Because I've seen a lot of people talk about this book. I've attended night schools where John Obidi will talk about Atomic Habits. I've attended live videos with Edwin Adewo, VC, where she's going to talk about Atomic Habits. I've attended a lot of, I've watched a lot of videos where people I look up to, people that I hold in high esteem, will recommend this book. And I got to buy the hard copy this year and read the book. Like, this book is just an amazing book. It shows you how to develop habits, good habits, and how to break old ones. Not actually old ones, but bad ones. How to develop good habits and break bad habits. And the most amazing thing about this is that it has a lot of chapters. The chapters are not long. It's something that you can, since they have 21 chapters, and each chapter is, I'm not sure. I don't think each chapter is more than 10 pages. So it's actually a book where you can task yourself to be reading one chapter each day. Read one chapter each day and make sure you implement what it tells you to do. So it's a book that I recommend. Even if possible, get the audio book. Read this book by Fire by Force, Atomic Habits. All of us have habits that we have, and trust me, habits is one of the things that determines your success. Because habit is what you do. So your habit is what you do that will later compounding and become the result you're going to get. So please, if you have not read this book before, Atomic Habits, you can also get the soft copy also. Just search PDF Java, search Google if you can get the PDF. I'm very sure you're going to get it, Atomic Habits. Then let's move on to the last one. So this is a book, The Millionaire Fast Lane. Millionaire Fast Lane. I heard about this book the first time when I attended Monetize Summit with John Obidi. So I think something happened during the video and he just said it, Millionaire Fast Lane. I tried to download the audio book, then I started listening to it, but I don't get much from it. But this year, this is one of the books I bought for myself as my birthday gift this year, April 16th. Okay, when I read the book, it's a mindset with programming. It actually showed me how it shows you the three types of lanes that you can pass through as someone that wants to make words. It shows you the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. And the fast lane is a lane where everyone must be. So as a teacher, this is actually for teachers. I know, because I'm very sure when this guy is writing this book, he may not even think the teachers will need it. But when I read it, I realized, especially in Nigeria, teachers need to read this book. But it's going to show you what it actually means to want to create words for yourself. And sometimes ago, Okay, during the video series, I explained our law of affection. This is where I got the law of affection from. This is where the law says that for you to make millions, you have to impact millions. So this is a book. It's like a to Z book for you. If you actually desire to create wealth for yourself, it's going to show you a lot of things that you must know. Okay, it's not a book of mindset. This particular author, he doesn't believe in he believes in that, but he tell you that he doesn't believe in those shit, those law of attraction and everything only. But this is a book that he based it on mathematics, on calculation. It tells you that wealth is based on calculation. It tells you a lot of things. It goes from not only on how you can create wealth, not only on and actually I have seven or six part like that. Let me check it. The first one is wet in a way share. This is what it shows you how get rich slow and get rich old. How it actually tells you that all those myths of go to school, get a good grades, and get a good job, they're nonsense, especially in this period. They share you what is not a road, but a road shape. Third part is poorness, the sidewalk road map. And you talk about the mediocrity, the slow lane road map. And this is the worst of them all, because that's where most of us are. Where we are just doing okay. At least we are eating, we're doing okay. But life is not just about being okay. There's more to life. There's more. We can't be mediocre in this. We can't afford to be mediocre. Then he now talk about the wet, the fast lane road map, and then he talk about your vehicle to wet. He talk about seven things. Yes, up to like seven things. And then he talked about roads to wet and your speed, how to accelerate wet. Okay, so he talked about a lot of things. If you have not read this book, go and get it. You can get the hard copy, and there's also the soft copy also. You can go to PDF drive. You should have this there. If you don't see it, just try to search through Google. You see it. You should also see this. So those are the 10 books. So I think this is one of the longest video I've ever done, and I hope you gain a lot. I'm going to be going through all the no need. I've explained. If you watch this video, the best thing is we watch it to learn about everything I've explained about the 10 books. If you also have other fantastic books you'd like to recommend for teachers and educators or for other people, you can drop it as a comment here. Thank you so much for staying true with this. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your presence. I appreciate everything. I appreciate everything you have done so far. Yes, you are one of the encouraging. If you are not viewing the video, if you are not watching it, I won't even have the zeal to continue. I need to appreciate some people, and at least two major people. The first one is Mr. Kazima Balore, because he's actually an inspiration to me. And how he's the one I've seen Edwin Edinwo VC talked about this man before. And I've seen it even when you read to influence, he also mentioned how John Obidi mentioned his name. Why? Because he actually did 90 days video series on a row. I mean, consistently creating 90 videos. So these are actually some of the things that inspire me, that actually